Who cares? This has been something that I've been thinking about recently. Why do we do things? Why do we avoid doing things? Why do we avoid embarrassment? When I was a child, when I was a kid, I lived and breathed my parents' judgment, which is an extension towards other people's judgment. What people thought about me, what people saw about me, what people would assume about me. Many a times I would think to myself, why does it matter? Why must it matter? And to a sense, it does matter when you look at it from the external perspective, which is how you carry yourself, how you're perceived, how you are taken or how you are looked upon by others, how you live your life, how you do things, your daily rituals, what you would assume is your embodiment of who you are. But when later on I grow up, I started seeing how that aspect, which is supposed to be so external, crumbles and it just seeps into different parts of my personal life, to the point where I question myself on what are people going to think about this? What are people going to say about this? What are people going to do? What are people going to assume about me? And then I just get to the point where I'm not doing anything. For the past 5 years, I can honestly say I have avoided doing a lot of things. Mostly there are a lot of factors to it: financial, time, responsibilities. But the bulk of it really goes into me caring about what people think, me caring about what people expect about me, what people would assume about me, which is honestly kind of stupid. And I just got to the point where I just asked myself, okay, do I care? Do I care about the things that I'm doing? Do I care about the daily habits that I'm introducing into my life so that I can become a better and more functional and more productive person, overall? And then I asked myself, if I care, then what's stopping me? Do other people care? Should I post it on social media? Should I make an announcement? Should I foretell it and tell everybody in my life about what I'm doing in my life? What I'm thinking about, what I want to do, and what I'm expecting from life? And then that simple loop of thoughts about what people thought essentially stopped me for a good amount of time, until I had to ask myself, okay, who cares? Who actually cares? This is your life. You're doing it. You fucking idiot. This is your life. So who cares? Who cares what you're doing? Honestly, people don't give a shit about you. There's nobody calling you, messaging you about, hey, are you on your purpose? Are you doing your mission in life? Are you staying on your path? Are you doing what you want to do? No. Those things come later on, when you do become someone worth thinking about. When you want to get to that point, a lot of the times that you have to do is just close your fucking ears, because then you'll get to a point where you just look at yourself and say to yourself, who cares? Just do it. I failed multiple businesses with my family, with my dad especially, because of my own weakness, because I was a child, I didn't know much, and I was still an adolescent who didn't really care about much other than I just want to be with my friends, I just want to have a good time, I want to live my 20s, I want to do things that I want to do. But when I did start to get serious about my life, about what I wanted, I felt this deep sense of shame whenever I started a business, whenever I'm doing something and it just fails and I just fall flat on my nose, fall flat on my face, I eat shit. And every single time, that deep sense of shame that I have is not from myself. It's from me thinking, what are the people going to think? What are my friends going to think? What is my extended family going to think? What is that guy who lives in my neighborhood 2 houses or 20 houses away from me gonna think? You see, this thought process is so benign and negative. It's so stupid, because essentially I'm saying I can't do something until I get the approval of everyone else, until I get the cheers of everyone else, when everyone's holding my praises, when everyone's whispering my name, and everyone's saying good things about me. I'm not gonna do anything until I get that, and then I'm gonna do it. Honestly, bodoh juga sebenarnya. But then again, you start asking yourself, who cares? Who actually cares about you? Well, maybe your family cares about you, your close friends, your spouse, your loved ones, the people that matter in your life. Maybe they care. Until I realized, no, they don't care. Because you are still an individual person, and your life is external to everyone else's. So what actually is the consensus of it is, who cares? It doesn't matter if your mom cares. It doesn't matter if your dad cares. It doesn't matter if your grandmother. It doesn't matter if your aunt, your best friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your whatever cares. It doesn't matter if they care. Do you care? When you do actually care, then you can clearly ask yourself the simplest question: who cares? And then you start asking the right question: why am I doing this? And you get to that point, when you get to the point where you're actually asking who cares, and then you ask yourself again, why do I care? And you give the reason, and you give the meaning, you breathe words into what you want to actually do. When that comes, when that moment actually comes, you'll see whether you care, and then you'll be left with who cares. Honestly, that sounds pretty solid. Anyways, take care, stay safe, be well. Assalamualaikum.